much November weather than this, are you?
Yeah, no, I'm just glad it stayed as nice as it did. A little bit of rain, but not too bad.
It's the wind.
Yeah, the wind is chilly.
So you looked at all the video from the offseason defensively. Where do you feel like the things you wanted to see? What did you want to see for 6, and how close did it come, I guess?
Yeah, I think what do we want to see, starting with the pass rush, right? Being able to get to the quarterback. I think they've done a nice job. New guys coming in kind of added some skill there, and also guys getting better from a year ago that were on the team last year. So that's number one, as we got to improve our sack production and production on the quarterback. So I'm encouraged about where we're at with that. And then just the way they're flying around and the physicality, especially, Jaheim today, right, having a safety that can come down and do that stuff it's a problem for offenses.
Well, is that just a year of him being in the system and knowing what to do?
Yeah, I think so. I think a good year last year of learning, got some experience, and now he's picking up where he left off and moving forward. So I think that's big.
Yeah. How much of an eye have you kept on the offense, given what you're doing now?
Oh yeah, a lot, because I'm just watching them and, okay, here's what they're doing to us, here's how they're trying to attack us. I like what we're doing. They do a lot of stuff that stresses us, which is great. Usually we don't see a lot of this stuff till we play a team like Washington or something like that. So what they're doing I like, and they're going to get it cleaned up. A lot of new guys on the offensive line, new quarterback, so it's going to take a little bit of time, but I'm encouraged by what they're doing, how they're working, and the skill that's on that side.
So 6 practices in looking rough is not
no
concern
not
at all.
at all.
It's what they're doing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Kind of at the end of that very last red zone period, Blue comes through for what could be a strip sack. What's it like to see a kid who should be getting ready for his high school prom come in and wreak havoc in the backfield?
Yeah, it's very good. Blue and Trey Glasper have really had good springs and then are competing to help us next fall. So I'm encouraged by the young skill. Yeah.
With Jaheim back there, a lot of nickel and dime packages, even against 2 tight ends. What does he kind of give you with his length and range to be able to play against heavier sets like that?
Yeah, he's as physical as a linebacker, and he can cover. So he gives us a lot of versatility, and we don't always just have to play base defense to heavier sets. We can do more in coverage with him on the field.
With Jaheim being able to do what he can do, what does that add to Skylar? What can Skylar do differently than maybe he used without a guy like that on the field?
I think Skylar, obviously, his biggest asset is he can run the defense, right? He can make all the calls. So a guy like Jaheim, or a young player that's able to play with a guy like Skylar, makes them better, because Skylar can make calls, help get things adjusted. Even the linebackers, having a guy like Skylar really helps because he's a general out there.
Is that kind of the same deal with Kane and like
Yeah.
Tyrese out there as well?
Yeah, having those veteran guys with those new guys has been a good mesh, and they're pushing each other, competing with each other, not against each other, which is big for us.
What's the second half of spring practice look like for you? More of the same, or do you some things that you want to see adding to the mix? Or
No, we were heavy install the first 2 weeks. The idea behind that, we wanted to get it all in, and then now it's just repeat, refine. Just grind and refine over and over and over again. That's how all the timing and all those things get cleaned up, is just repetition. And so now it's really going to be repeat the rest of spring. We'll add some wrinkles on third down and red zone, but it's about 90% of what we're going to do is in.
Is that what you would typically do during a spring practice? His first 2 is all install.
That's what I've always done. And then Gundy's on the same page with me of, hey, let's get it in, get it taught. Struggle now, right, with the volume, but then as we just keep doing it over and over, they're going to get better at it and feel more comfortable with it.
Do you let these guys get away from football for a couple of weeks, or are they still pretty involved in the players? Are they still pretty involved? They got finals and spring
they got
break.
finals, so that's the focus. Finish it in school, and then they'll have time off, but they can access the film from home with their iPads and all that stuff. So we just tell, hey, take some time, keep studying, so when we get back, we're moving forward, not trying to catch up.
Yeah.
So you brought in a couple of veteran coaches.
Yep.
How's that working? All the voices in the room. How's that playing out?
It's been great. It's been great. On the defensive side, having Coach Akey and Coach Kreiner has been awesome for me, and for our staff in general. They've coordinated, Coach Akey's been a head coach, so there's just a lot of experience there about, hey, how do we want to do this, right? Stunts, all those different things that we can do better. So having a fresh set of eyes has been great. And then offensively, I think with Coach Langsdorff and his comfortability with Gundy and the way they work together has really helped.
Having them and seeing how this is working, does that make you feel more confident about your decision to take on a more active role with the DC?
Yeah, it does. It's been a easy transition, to be honest with you, because of the help that I've got from those guys, and the players make it easy too. They're hungry to learn and great to work with. So it's been good.
Any players you expect to get back for the second part of spring practice? I mean, you've mentioned some, but I don't know if they're actually going to be back.
Yeah, well, like, Cord's done a little bit, but he'll be full go when we get back. Same with Micaiah. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. There'll be a couple that should get back. Tajay, he pulled his hamstring the first practice and hasn't been going, so we'll get some guys back.
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
It's pretty typical for obviously the defense to be a little bit ahead in spring camp, but what have you seen from the offense that you have liked outside of just, the scheme?
Yeah, I think the skill. I'm really excited about the skill players we have. The receivers, the depth at receiver, the length we have at receiver, which hasn't been something we've had a lot of years. The tight end group is deep. Bryce is having a really good spring. Riley, I'm so excited about that group. Cooper Jensen's having a great spring. So getting him on the field and staying healthy has been great. The talent is what I'm excited for. I know the scheme will come and they'll get more comfortable, but having that kind of talent makes me feel great about what we can do.
Do you feel like it's mostly just because of the early install that it's kind of a little bit rough out there for the offense, or is there another area you feel like they really need to improve in right now?
Oh no, it's gone back and forth, and so the offense has done a good job. And it, like when you got two sides of the ball, right, going against each other every day, right, there's always going to be a day where one's kind of a little ahead. But I'm very encouraged by what the offense has done and the plays that they've made.
You talked about the defensive line, some of the stunts. It looks like in a lot of the scrimmage periods, you're getting home with 4 pretty consistently. Is that just more experience in that room? Is that some lackluster stuff from the O-line, or what are you liking about?
No, I think the guys are, again, another year of experience, understanding how to do it, right? Setting up the stunt so I can make a move. And then, we've got a lot of volume and different stuff that is hard for an O-line, and it's a new O-line. So we're causing some challenges on the defensive side of the ball. But the way the guys are, their motor and how they're rushing the passer, I am encouraged with that.
Is that something you're wanting to do more of, maybe some of those more exotic fronts and rush looks and being able to get away?
Yeah, that's always been something that's been a staple for me.
At the inside spot, you brought in Rajon as a transfer. How's he fitting in?
He's doing great. Yeah, he's great. He bought in, loves it here. He's learned. He's a good learner. He's picked it up quick. He plays fast. So I'm really encouraged by Rajon.
And same with Shamar Michael coming back,
Yep.
adding a little weight. What have you liked from his
Yeah.
first 2 weeks?
He can rush the passer, and so that's probably his greatest asset. So getting him to continue to put on the weight so he can do the physical stuff in the run game, but he's gotten a lot better at that. So I like where Shamar's at.
Through these first 2 weeks, what have you seen from Malik?
He's just got extreme talent, right? And as he learns the offense and gets more comfortable, right, with the reads and where the ball needs to go, he'll just continue to get better. But he's got a big time arm and can make those throws downfield, which is something we want to do.
What have you seen from Jabari these first 2 weeks? A lot, obviously better spring than last year this time, but what growth have you seen in particular from him?
Night and day. I mean, Jabari, what he's doing on the field, I mean, he's having a great spring. The way he's controlling the offense, running the offense, the plays he's making. We're blowing the whistle right around him, but there's probably some times where he would have made guys miss, and that wouldn't have been a sack. So he has that elusiveness. And then, just in the classroom, right? He was a student athlete of the month in the classroom, off the field. So his growth, just as a person and player, has been tremendous.
Anything else? Thanks, Coach.
All right.